everyone, welcome to my channel EcoTap. Here you will be getting educational and informative videos. Today our topic is supply. This is in continuation with the course or the main topic which we are dealing since our previous lesson, theory of demand and supply. Today is part 2. So let's begin. Quantity supplied, the amount of good which the sellers are willing and able to sell. They must be willing to sell their product and they must have all the important resources which are required to be present at a marketplace. What is a market? We have already discussed in our previous video. Go back and check it out. Supply curve, a graph which shows the relationship between the price of good and the quantity supplied. This is a direct relationship between price of good and quantity supplied. In case of demand curve, we had noticed an inverse relationship. And here we have the difference of direct relationship. If price increases, sellers will sell more of that good. And if price falls, sellers will sell less of that good. Law of supply. Other things remaining constant, when the price of good rises, the quantity supplied also rises. And when the price of good falls, the quantity supplied also falls. Same as what we saw in law of demand. You have to remember both the laws. There are many determinants of supply, but price plays a very important role. At low prices, some sellers may even choose to shut down. They are not able to meet the cost expenditure. Clear? Look at this graph. In the horizontal axis, we measure quantity. In the vertical axis, we measure price. Supply curve is upward sloping. Why? Because of the direct relationship. जितना ज़्यादा प्राइस होगा उतना सेलर्स को फायदा होगा उस प्रोडक्ट को सेल करने के लिए. उन्होंने जो कॉस्ट एक्सपेंडिचर किया है उस प्रोडक्ट को बनाने में वो सारा उनका कवर हो जाएगा. Therefore, there is a direct relationship. If price increases, supply will also increase. If price falls, supply will also fall. Holding constant all the other things which can influence seller's decision about how much to sell. These are the same other things which we saw in case of demand, which can influence buyers or sellers' decision about how much to buy or how much to sell. These things, if changed, would lead to shift in demand or supply curve. How? वो हम अपनी आने वाली वीडियोस में चेक करेंगे. Moving on, we have equilibrium. The amount what I want to buy or the amount I want to sell, both should match. It is a situation where market price reaches a level at which quantity supplied is equal to quantity demanded. जितना कोई बायर खरीदना चाहता है और जितना कोई सेलर सेल करना चाहता है, both should match. Equilibrium price is the price that balances the quantity supplied and quantity demanded. This is the market clearing price. Why? Because everyone in the market has been satisfied. Sabki willingness to buy and willingness to sell are balanced. Moving on, equilibrium quantity is the optimum level at which the market is balanced. The amount of the product which buyers are happy to buy and the amount which sellers are happy to sell. This is equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. To see what happens if the market price is not at equilibrium, we have to look at this graph. Excess supply is a situation where quantity supplied is greater than the quantity demanded. Hence, it generates surplus. If price is above the equilibrium price, then what will happen? Suppose equilibrium price was 4 and now it has risen to 5. Equilibrium quantity was 100 and now it has become 110. But we are noticing the quantity demanded has fallen down to 90. Sellers are not able to sell all what they have been produced because there is no demand. There arises surplus, the excess amount of the product which no one is willing to buy. प्राइस बढ़ जाने की वजह से डिमांड कम हो गया और सप्लाई ज्यादा हो गया. This excess amount needs to be settled. How? There will be a cut in price. Falling price will again bring back the price to equilibrium level and quantity also to equilibrium level. There is a movement along the demand and supply curve. Moving ahead, if the market price is below the equilibrium price, suppose the equilibrium price is 4, equilibrium quantity is 100. Price has fallen to 3. Then we notice quantity demanded became 110 and quantity supplied fall down to 90. प्राइस कम हो जाने की वजह से डिमांड ज़्यादा हो गया और सप्लाई कम हो गया क्योंकि वो अपने कॉस्ट एक्सपेंडिचर को मीट नहीं कर पाए. Here demand is greater than the supply. Sellers are not able to meet the demands of buyers. There is shortage of goods. यहाँ पे गुड की कमी हो गई. जो जितना खरीदना चाहता है उतना खरीद नहीं पाया. With too many buyers chasing for too few goods, sellers can respond to it by increasing prices. दोबारा अगर प्राइस इंक्रीज होगा तो डिमांड कम हो जाएगा और सप्लाई इंक्रीज हो जाएगा. Then we will again reach to our equilibrium level. Once again there is a movement along the supply and demand curve. This both situation make us understand what? Law of supply and demand, which claims that price of any good adjust and move back to equilibrium as we have noticed in these two cases. Now how quickly this movement is going varies from market to market. The behavior of buyers and sellers drive the market towards equilibrium. If you like this video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to EcoTab. In our further videos, we will continue the topic of theory of demand and supply. So stay tuned. Thank you.